Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me this evening as I go ahead and do my end of the year eyeshadow slash eye product declutter. I think I have pretty much everything out in front of me. I'm just going to grab the rest of my eye products here and just have them available for when it comes time to talk about them. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. Before I do though, I want to just make a couple disclaimers. All of the product that I will no longer be keeping is spoken for. I have coworkers, friends, as well as my family who will be happy to take some of this stuff off of my hands. And if I'm getting rid of something that you absolutely love, please keep enjoying it. I love how makeup is subjective for everybody, and I might love something that you don't, and you might love something that I don't. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start with something that I know I will be keeping, which is this Kaja Trio. This was a recommendation by State of Kate. It is in the colorway Rose Water. And this has quickly become one of my most favorite eyeshadow products in my collection. The bottom shade is this beautiful, sparkly, mauvey rose. The middle shade is this muted pink, and then this topper is just absolutely stunning. Multi-dimensional and just so wet look. I am going into this declutter trying to be pretty cutthroat. I have been watching all of Hannah Louise Poston's declutters, and she keeps using the phrase, my precious. And if I have something here that doesn't spark, you know, that my precious in me, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And this definitely is on that my precious list. Something that I know I can get rid of is this Aesthetica. It's actually a highlighter, but I would never wear this as a highlighter. It's like a pink gold duochrome shift, and I kept it trying to use it for eyeshadow, but it's just not really flattering on my eyes. So I think somebody else will be able to get some good use out of this. It's fairly new as well. I recently got it in a BoxyCharm. Something else that didn't work for me, but I kept as an eyeshadow that I'm just not really reaching for, is the Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer in South Beach. I tried it, I'm sorry if I blinded you, and it is just so orange on me, and I'm pretty fair as well, and it just, I couldn't make it work on my cheeks, so I tried it for my eyes, and I liked it at first, but I just have to admit to myself that I really haven't been reaching for it, and somebody else can get better use out of it. Something that sparks my precious to me when I'm looking here are these two Natasha Denona 5 pans that I created. This one here, it's the plastic shell to the Cupid palette, but these 3 shades are actually from the Coral palette. And then something that I did that I kind of regret is that I had bought a couple $65, now $69 Natasha Denona palettes, and then I was gifted a couple, and then I bought the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, and then I was able to get a lot of these 5 pans on sale, so I bought 4 of them. I bought the Coral, I got the Cupid in a BoxyCharm, and then BoxyCharm also had Jubilee and Ayana on sale. So I bought them all, and I tore them all apart, and I created my own custom palettes, but I never wrote down which shades are from what palettes. So that was kind of a mistake on my part, because I found shades that I love, but I have no idea what palettes they're from. But I do know that these 3 are from the Coral palette, which I really enjoyed. And I think this might be either from the Coral palette or the Cupid palette. But I created these 2 that I love. And so I originally had 15 shades from this palette, and then 20 shades from the 4 pans that I kept. And something that I found out about myself this year, and I'm going to take with me into the new year, is that I much prefer a 4-pan, 3-pan, 5-pan palette versus a giant palette like this. So what I've done is, out of those 15 plus 20, 35 shadows, I'm keeping 10. There are only 10 shades that I actually want to continuously wear and have continuously wore from all 5 of those larger 5-pan format. So these 2 are definitely my precious and sticking around, but this palette I just kind of filled up with, with all the shades I will not be using, from the Ayana, Cupid, Actual Sunset palette, what else? Jubilee, Coral. So this is just kind of a palette of stuff that just does not work for my skin tone or my undertones. So I'll be giving that away. And then I actually took 5 shadows from the original Sunset palette and put them into a palette like this, the empty coral palette. But unfortunately that broke, and a couple of the shadows broke as well. So those are long gone. But here are just 5 more shades that really don't work for me. So this is also going to be going. And then out of the 4 actual like midi palettes that I have from Natasha Denona, this is the one that I will be keeping, and this is kind of a Frankenstein palette. So out of the 60 shades in the Natasha Denona palettes, I only kept 11, and 4 of the shades in here, or actually, I'm sorry, I kept 12. 3 of the shades in here are actually taken from the Urban Decay Cyber palette. I liked that palette, but I only liked about 3 out of the 12 shades. So I didn't feel like it was worth it for me to keep. So I just took out the 3 shades that I liked, which those are the ones that kind of look goofy. But then all of the other shades are the Natasha Denona colors that I love, and they're my precious. So this I'm going to be keeping. I already gave the custom palette with the Sunrise packaging to my best friend, and then I already gave the Love palette, custom palette, to my mom. And then this is another one that is just full of shades that unfortunately don't really work for me, so I'll be giving this one away as well. Doing pretty good. So far, I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm keeping 2. This is something that I recently got in a BoxyCharm. It's the Item Beauty in My Element eyeshadow palette, and this is fine. I tried it. I actually really enjoyed it, but the shimmery shades, I have them in a formula that I prefer, like the Kaja, and the mattes are fine. They blend out just fine. But when I look at this, I don't think my precious, and with it being so new, I think somebody else can definitely enjoy it more than I have. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this one along. There's nothing wrong with it. I think that it's great, but it's just not really my precious. This Ace Beauty palette, this one, I just don't really get along. I am a very neutral person, and these are just bright, fun colors, and as much as I try to get into color, I tried using the purples in this, and I tried using the greens, and I just wasn't a fan of the looks that I came out with. The quality is just fine. They blended just fine, but unfortunately this palette just isn't for me, and so I'm going to pass it along. I do really like the packaging though, and I like Violet Sage, like it's really pretty. And then this was a huge disappointment. Unfortunately, I've been wanting to get a caviar stick for years, and I was so happy that I was able to get one with the beauty gift from Sephora for your birthday, but unfortunately this is just like an instant crease on me. I have very oily eyelids, and unfortunately this just creased within like 15 minutes. So this one is going to be a pass. I've got 2 Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I've got Pillow Talk and the Vintage Vamp, and these are definitely my precious. I don't always get so excited about them because they're just so basic, but every time I open these and I use them, I get compliments. I love the looks that I come out with, and I like the packaging. I like how sleek they are. I'm much more going to grab for something small and sleek like this than a large palette. So these are definitely staying. I don't know if I would repurchase them. I have my eye on a couple Tom Ford palettes, but I need to use up some of these before I go and buy some more. And then I have this eyeshadow base that unfortunately did not work. It is from the Beauty Crop Stuck On You base. I got it in a BoxyCharm as well. I've since canceled my BoxyCharm because I felt like I was having to declutter more products than keep, and it just wasn't worth it for me. But this, unfortunately, I feel like made my eyeshadow crease more than if I didn't use eyeshadow primer at all. So, unfortunately, this is going to be a pass as well. And then for all of the eye products that I'm going to keep for like mascara and eyeshadow primer and stuff, they're all right here. My Victoria Beckham, this is my third tube of this. This is going nowhere. This is my all-time favorite mascara. It's a tubing mascara. The packaging is glass. Everything about it is just luxe. It doesn't weigh my lashes down. It washes off easily. It's just fantastic. This I picked up as a State of Kate recommendation. It's the Sky High brown mascara from, I think I just picked it up at Target. This is fine. It's also a tubing mascara. I don't find that it washes off as easily as the Victoria Beckham, but I have no issues with it and I like it. My favorite brow pencil is the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Cheat. Sorry, it's not focusing. I recently used up one of the refills, and this is a brand new refill. I like how the package is refillable because this is nice. And I don't want to say it's like weighted, but it feels really nice. My Glossier Boy Brow is a definite keep. This is probably my third or fourth tube of this. I love it. I just wish that they would come out with another color in between brown and black. And then my favorite eyeshadow primer, but I can't seem to get my hands on it. It's been sold out of Sephora as of late, so I put Urban Decay on my Christmas wish list. But this is the NARS primer. It's on its last leg. I really hope that they didn't discontinue it because I love this. But I'm going to keep holding on to this until it goes off. And then finally, I've been holding off on this because I keep going back and forth on this. The Alva eyeshadow palette by Odin's Eye. I've had it for a little while. I think I bought it the beginning of 2022 or the end of, no, I think I bought it around Black Friday of last year. So I've had it over a year. And while I love these special shades, I just never reach for it. I never think to use the mattes. These two yellow shades I'll never use. This gold shade is so flaky and just gets glitter all over the place. I never use this shade. I held on to it because I just love these special shades. But now I know the Kaja formula, and I think I'm finally ready to let this go. It also has leaked out on these two shades on the edge, which I know some other people have had issues with. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it definitely does deter me from using the palette. And so I think at this time, I'm going to pass this one along. I didn't think I was going to do that, but I think at the end of the day, I do need to just be real with myself and, again, keep only the things that I consider my precious. All right, so that leaves me with, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eyeshadow products, and therefore I am decluttering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of can count. Oh, hi. And then 9, 10. Wow. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this declutter. That felt really good. And now I have some more space. I had a few things from Sephora on my Christmas wish list. So no eyeshadow, but definitely it'll be nice to have some more space on my desk for the things that I did ask for and the things that will continue to be my precious. So yeah, thanks. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're loving this end of year declutters from all of the other YouTubers as much as I am, and have a great day. Bye.